Alrighty then, folks. Hello there and welcome to some new Gundam Breaker. Yes, new as in new Gundam. No, I'm kidding. It's NEW because Japan likes being confusing. But anyway, I am super excited for this game. The demo was kind of trash, and literally for the past 5 days, everyone on the internet's like, don't buy this because it's crap. But apparently the performance is a lot better. Plus there was the day one patch that was like 8 gigs. So it should be pretty good. That being said, I did record 2 episodes of the demo, so it'll go kind of fast through the beginning, just because I already know what I'm doing, but it should be interesting to see what the dialogue is in English. Yeah, and, from what I saw, there's no intro cinematic, but I might play after I hit any button. I haven't got that far yet. I literally booted up the game, realized that I had to do a day 1 patch, and then I stopped the recording, restarted the recording, had about a 3-minute coughing fit while trying to record, and now I'm here. That being said, honestly, from the demo, I still don't suggest this game, at least so far. Maybe my decision will change. But for now, it's like a $30, maybe a $40 game at best. But that'll probably change, depending on how much I like the characters, and if the story's actually as good as at least the third one. The third one was okay. It wasn't anything amazing, it was pretty cliche, but I at least enjoyed it. Though Misa is still my greatest enemy, and I'm pretty sure the class president's gonna be in this one because she does this crazy thing and I just can't stand her voice. But that is what it is. I also should say it's like 100 and some odd degrees outside right now. It's like 40 C-ish. Maybe like 38 or something. Yeah, it's super hot, so I'm only gonna be recording 1 episode this session, and once the sun goes down, I'll probably play all night. So this one will be a bit different from the other ones. This is also the first one I'm doing on my new computer, because I spent a good amount of money on a new computer, which is really cool. Like, has an 8700K processor at 4.5, liquid cooling for the first time. I'd never set that up before. Dual 1080s, an M.2 drive for my games. That was supposed to be for this game on the PC, but the PC version got delayed till sometime later in the summer, which I may still play that, but I probably won't record it. I'd probably like stream it or something. Because I'd much rather play this on the PC, but I am playing this on a PS4 because that's what it came out for today. And yesterday for the Japanese. Though it was more like 2 days, because a lot of their online retailers actually started giving out codes on the 20th. Which I'm like so pissed off I didn't buy it from like OMA or something and just play it for 2 days, but it is what it is. Anyway. A legally binding agreement that I can say whatever I want because they can't prove I actually said anything about it. Because I live in California. Oh, and it's one of the stupid ones where you actually have to go to the bottom because they think you'll read it. Yep, and... oh, hey, they're gonna use our information. They're even gonna analyze my playtime. That's good. And does that say I won't record it? We all know that's lies. Oh, okay. It's just without personal information. I know for the beta it said not to record it, but I still recorded it because I didn't do that for the Gundam Breaker demo, which I really, really should have. Yeah. Also, originally during the demo I renamed myself, but in this one I'm just going to leave it as Kyosuke. But that's just because it was kind of awkward having them say my name. I'm not into that. But yeah, the Gundam vs. trailer, or not trailer, beta, it exclusively said not to record it for YouTube or Nika Nika Doga or anything like that, but a lot of people did it anyway and no one got in trouble. I didn't do it because I read that, but I'm pretty sure I was the only one who actually reads Japanese who actually tried to read the agreement. So I just did it anyway. Oh well. I also really don't like the font they used. That's not good. Oh, okay, it's loading. Okay. So for this first episode at least, or this first video, I'm gonna leave in the loading screens.
Gunple Academy. Gunpla の制作および Gunpla バトルに特化した人材育成を目的とした
Yeah, so for
大規模学園都市計画の一翼を担う学園である
not as bad as the Garen's Greed guy who talks after like 30-second pauses. But yeah, for the first few episodes, I'll leave in the loading screens just because I need to get them out pretty quick. After that, I'm going to start cutting them out, and people are probably going to ask how I get it to load so quick. I am playing this on an SSD, but I'm playing it through a disc because I like collecting games. So, my load times are going to be particularly sucky, but I'll take out the load screens out of the video at least, so you don't have to deal with them. Unless I'm talking about something, then I'll leave them in, usually. But just in case you're wondering why later in the series that it speeds up, of course, people who come in at the end are going to watch and wonder why it's going so fast and call me a liar because I said I just cut them out in post, but that always happens. So I'm just going to kind of ignore it.
生徒たちは皆ガンプラを愛し、互いに切磋琢磨する
Alright,
ことで、
so
その技術と精神を磨き上げる。
So lore-wise, this is actually a separate world from Build Fighters, despite what the first few games made you think. Basically, this is a world where Build Fighters is also a show. So this is our world, just slightly different, and like actual things are decided through Gunpla battle, like political stuff. It's kind of weird.
言語や文化の壁を越え、ガンプラが世界中の人に愛されるようになった今日において、この学園都市における成果が日本の未来を占うと言っても過言ではない。
I did my own translation, or at least a little bit of the translation for the demo, since I had to do it on a work night and didn't really have time. I got something completely different from that, but that's okay. That just sounds a little bit weird, but I can tell they Google translated this, which is pretty good.
そのガンブレ学園の前に一人の転入生の姿があった。
And I kind of tried to make it a little bit more epic than this.
希
But...
望に輝く瞳、溢れる情熱に胸の高まりを抑えきれない。その手から生み出されるガンプラはいかなる伝説となるのか。
So this character is totally not us. We are
ガン
not
プラ
that
ビ
into
ルダ
Gunpla.
ーの物語が今始まる。
We are literally here because we have to. And if it involves hitting on a teacher, that'll be fine, I guess. Because so far, there's 3 girls they've introduced, and I don't like either of them. Yeah, Yui.
やっぱり覚えてない？小学生の途中まで一緒だった三神楽ゆいだよ。
She's our Oni-chan.
あの頃よく一緒にガンプラ作ったりバトルしてたよね。懐かしいな。あの時は私の方がお父さんの仕事の都合で引っ越しちゃったけど、
The thirst is real.
こうしてまた会えて嬉しい。
Also, it looks like they're building one of the 1990s real grade Gundams. You can tell because the legs are basically perpendicular instead of splayed a little bit, like with the current models.
確か1個下だから2年生だよね。
So she's a third year and we're a second year. I thought she was a second year and we were a first. But oh.
私は3年生だから、お姉さんってことで久々に会ったけど、
She...
期待させてくれそうっていうか、きらめきを感じるっていうか。
Oh, and if you haven't noticed, I do actually speak a little, at least a little bit of the Moon Runes. I'm really rusty on it, but I do speak a little bit, and some of these translations are pretty choice.
この感じ。
But I'll be saying that the
ニュー
whole
タイプよ。
playthrough.
人類の新たなる革新。
Also, she's a Char fanboy. I immediately like her more than I thought.
ごめんなさい。ちょうど最近ガンダム X を見直してて、今日も結局朝まで。
So Gundam X is After War Gundam X. It's basically a story of a Zeon-like group dropping colonies on the planet and absolutely destroying it, causing basically the apocalypse. And 20 years later, new governments have risen up, and the main character is a Gundam thief who tries to steal the Gundam X but fails, and eventually falls in love with the girl they were protecting, who happens to be a new type, because the captain of the ship he was trying to steal it from is a new type. And then they go on this journey that eventually gets them to the moon. And it got cut short, 10 episodes, so a lot of stuff that was supposed to happen never happened, including 2 new Gundams we'll never see that we may see in this game. I know they teased releasing those, but we haven't actually seen them, so we don't know. A novella came out with the recent version of Gundam X, and a manga is supposed to come out sometime next year, which also chronicles that stuff. There's also Under the Moonlight Gundam X, which is basically somebody shitting on the entire story of Gundam X by, saying all of it was fake, which was interesting in itself. But yeah.
その君の冷静なツッコミもね。君みたいに外から来た人がこの学園を世界を変えていくのかも。
So she's one of the traditionalist Japanese, and she's mad at our not conservative, our liberal Tokyo ways.
意味がわからない今はそれでいいの。私も負けないように頑張るわ。それじゃあ何か困ったことがあったら相談して。私の方がお姉さんなんだから遠慮せずにね。いけない、ホームルーム始まっちゃう。君も職員室に急いだ方がいいんじゃない？またね。
I'm kind of sad they don't call you Hero. It makes me sad.
私立ガンブレ学園へようこそ。
If I remember, I'll hit A so that the dialogue actually shows up. You guys have time to read it. I try really hard to, but I read really, really fast. Also, shouldn't her name be Shie? Oh no, they're doing the Western name thing. God damn it. Alright, I'm gonna be getting mixed up on that the entire playthrough. Just accept it.
これからよろしくね。知っての通り、ここ私立ガンブレ学園は世界でも有数のガンプラバトルに特化した学園なの。組み立てから塗装、改造、仕上げまでありとあらゆるガンプラに関する技術が学べるわ。もちろん実践もね。
Oh, and if you don't know, these games are really popular because they allow such a great degree of customization. We'll play with that a little bit, but I pretty much already know what I want to do. I revealed it on Twitter a couple of months ago, but I won't reveal it in the playthrough until we get the parts.
残念ながらいつでも好きにバトルできるというわけではないのだけれど。
It honestly feels like that because they grade you on how good you do in battle.
以前住んでたところではガンプラバトルの大会で優勝したこともあったんでしょ？
No, that was somebody else. Sorry,
こ
lady.
の学園のレベルも高いわよ。頑張ってガンプラバトルのさらなる高みを目指してね。はーい、みんな静かに。
These pods are closer to the build fighters, or not build fighter G, beginning build G, which was what initially inspired build fighters, which was basically the same thing except for people built Gunpla to play them through a video game instead of, you know, the Gunpla coming alive to fight. So like the new build fighters, which I forget what it's called,
皆さんお待ちかねの転入生です。
MMO one.
自己紹介よろしくね。
I haven't watched beyond the second episode, but that's just because I don't like it. But it's okay, I guess. I'll end up watching the whole thing once it's all released. Curious as to what they do with it, but I'm still mad after Iron-Blooded Orphan Season 2. Come on. Oh, okay. I did actually hit X almost immediately. It was just loading.
仲良くしてくださいね。ちなみに彼はガンプラバトルの経験がある
Okay,
そ
so
うで
this
すよ。
doesn't do the bad visual novel thing where it just puts what you said on the screen again. Worse, it just skips what you said. Which, I mean,
マジか。どのぐらい戦えんのかな。
この学園に来るぐらいだから結構自信ありって感じ？というわけでわざわざ普通の教室じゃなくこのバトルルームに集まってもらったということは
they've gathered us here in the battle room to beat up on the new kid.
ということは。
ミッションでその実力を見せてもらいます。
We're gonna beat up the new kid. Come on.
彼のパートナーはそうね、コーラさんお願いでき。わかりました。クラス委員長のコーライオリです。
This is the girl who does the crazy thing that I don't really like. Or I should say the yandere thing. I'm assuming she gets very, theory after the end, but I don't really like her.
いいな。羨ましいぜ。
あんた知らないの？委員長バトルになると
Crazy.
準備はいいですか？私はいつでも。それでは早速始めましょう。
Like her normal dialogue I kinda like, or her normal voice actor I kinda like, but the crazy is weird. And we still can't see what they have. I thought that was just a demo. That's disappointing. Also, that popping on our pre-rendered cuts. Really? At least that runs a lot quicker than it did in the demo. So this is one of those usual third-person games, you know, square is for a light hit, triangle is for a heavy. Every time it goes to load, I'm like, oh shit, did the game freeze? Did it overheat? The cross button to boost. Google Translate, or they don't know anything about PS4. Or PlayStation in general. That's entirely a thing. Alright, this is the one where they want you to, like, do something weird with your jump, yeah. So if you notice in the bottom left of the screen, there's R1 and L1 to do certain things. Skills are tied to parts now, they're not just something you set. So what skills you have is entirely determined on what your build is. Which I strongly dislike, but it is what it is. Oh, and there's charge shots. I had no idea. Alright, so the usual combo in a game like this is square, square, triangle. Which is kind of good. If you play Dynasty Warriors Gundam, square, square, triangle was your crowd control. Oh, so square, triangle, square, square, triangle, and square, 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 triangle are all the entirely same thing. That disappoints me, but I understand. So you can pick up items that will improve your inner frame, which your inner frame has its own abilities. We'll get to that then. I actually did hit R1 and X, but, you know. Come on. I'm honestly really afraid the game froze again. Oh, hey, we start with Gaia mode in the very beginning. That's cool. So it's called Awakening in this, and in 3 it was also called Awakening, but in the original game it was called Gaia mode. We don't have it though, sadly, but basically you like shine red and you get this really big fuck you sword. I love it. Which container? This one? Hey, a Zaku 2 head. So, you can also, how you collect parts in this game, in the previous games you just collected them and they added them to your cache. You can choose what to do with them at the end. In this one you have 5 slots? I thought it was 6, but you have 5 slots which you can use to quick change parts. If you go to that dot, or that arrow on your map, you can put them into your box, which I believe is on the table over there because we come back here many times. But if you click up and up, or whatever, you can change that part immediately if you want. It's a GM. It's literally like the second worst mobile suit you can have. It's only slightly better than the Zaku 2. I don't think the Zaku one's in this game, but I could be wrong. Oh my god. And this is why I don't really like her. But it is what it is. So yeah, if you're lucky you can knock parts off like see that GM body, and you can equip the GM body. Oops. Also, there's no attack breaks in this anymore, so if you hit an attack button and you keep swinging, you kind of just sit there. And apparently you can just float in the middle of the air if you want. I didn't know that was a thing. Oh, hey, they have a dome. So these are the MS-06 Zaku 2. Basically, they were Zeon's second mobile suit in the One-Year War, and one of their more widely used ones. These purple and black ones are the MS-09 Dom, or due to Gundam Rise from the Ashes, I call them Domes, because the translation of that one was absolutely amazing. Yeah, they were developed with a hover system, basically, so that they can achieve high-speed movement up to, I believe, 90 kilometers per hour, which the standard mobile suit could go about 20. That would eventually be changed in Origins, which made it like 50 or something like that, but hey, we got a Heat Hawk if we wanted. Go away. So yeah, there's a way to drop parts. Oh, that's how you do it. That's... Hey, GPO 1 arms. That's cool. And yes, I am avoiding the enemy completely. Oh, those are from our ally. I have no idea where she went off to, but I'll just kind of accept that she's gone. Hey, Zaku Bazooka. Dom head, DM spray gun. Where is this perfect raid? Oh, there it is. It's a Gundam. I think I've seen that before. But I'm gonna go try to find that box thing. Let's charge up a Zaku Bazooka. We cannot. Oh, because we hadn't equipped the Zaku Bazooka. Come on, can I untarget them? Oh, you can sidestep apparently. That's good to know. Yeah, crazy girl, you have your fun. I want to try to find this box thing. Or not, you know. We'll just kill him. Fuck it. Yeah, so usually you want to let your allies go and tank the boss, and then you just hit them from far away. But, eh. Oh, it dropped gun tank legs? Oh. Well, I didn't really have enough time to play with that. Oh, hey, we got a V-shaped blade antenna. For your specific ranks, you unlock some stuff, usually build parts. I'm hoping that means there are more build parts, though in this game, build parts don't do anything. They just change your appearance, which is kind of bullshit, which means something like, funnel spam doesn't really work in this game, which disappoints me greatly, because I loved that, but whatever. I guess you could, like, cheese it a little bit, but yeah. Okay, I had hit X almost immediately after the battle had started, or after the screen had come up, but it was loading. So we definitely want to keep the GPO 3 part, or GPO 1 parts. So I guess we recollected the stuff we ditched. Do we want the Zaku Hey? I guess we'll keep everything just because. We don't really need to, but... Dude, we can get Zaku Kick. Fuck yeah. I love punching and kicking stuff in Gundam games. It makes me happy. And by that I mean I tried to do it even though it's a horrible idea. To the point where I punched, in Gundam Side Stories, I actually punched a Adzom to death. Which an Adzom is a flying mobile armor. It's hilarious. I wonder if the dialogue changes if you fuck up or not. Then again, it looked like B was the lowest rank you can get, which is disappointing. But they don't do anything. And you don't have any build parts. Well, you're second year, so of course you don't get to do it. Even though they said everyone does it all the time.
ランキングにも影響ありません。
Also, interesting to note, the student council supersedes a teacher? I guess that's more of a Japan thing, but
俺
Oh,
ドロキ
okay.
ットでいこうかな。
well, you have your own Gunpla, don't you?
僕の超改造したジオングを見てよ。
Oh.
それなら私のクシャトリアだって負けてないんだか
Oh
ら。
yeah, the Zeongs fucked against the Kshatriya.
不思議そうな顔をしていますね。ガンプラバトルのためのこの学園でみんなその理由きっとすぐにわかりますよ。
You guys are all Gundam nerds. You should clearly understand this. Why are you pensive? But yeah, folks, that'll be that. We got Ness. Next scenario, we'll do our first 3v3 battle, and it'll involve the Taicho. Or Yui, anyway. I guess she's not the class representative, not the class president. I kind of got those confused in my mind, but that's what I meant. But yeah, so we'll be back tomorrow with some more stuff. How this series is going to go is there'll be an episode daily up until I finish it, most likely. But I'm going to be recording in either 3 to 4 episode blocks. Maybe even 5, so it can cover the whole week, and then record again on a Saturday. Maybe that would work. But yeah, so anything you say I probably won't take into effect till 4 or 5 episodes later. I will be reading comments on this one, so it shouldn't be as bad as Super Robot Wars, but yeah. Anyway, folks, if you enjoyed the episode, you should like. If you didn't, you should dislike. We'll be back a little... Well, for you guys, we'll be back tomorrow, but for me, in a couple of hours as soon as the sun goes down, for more. Anyway, good night.